I received a confirmation email for a hotel room I never booked at a hotel I'd never heard of. It didn't have any links, no obvious red flags, just a clean, professional layout, and my full name, my actual email address, and a message that said, "Thank you for choosing the Ashmore Hotel. Room 313 will be ready upon your arrival." At first I thought it was a mistake, until I replied, and the message came back almost instantly. "It's already too late." That was 3 days ago, and I haven't slept since. I woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of someone knocking on my hotel room door, except I hadn't checked into a hotel. I was still in my apartment, or at least I thought I was. It started 3 days ago, on a Tuesday. I'd just finished work, a freelance IT contract that had me staring at broken code and blurry Zoom calls all day. My brain was fried, and I was looking forward to the nothingness of a frozen dinner and mindless TV. But that evening, as I was cleaning out my email inbox, I saw a message that made me stop mid-click. Subject: "Your stay is confirmed. Room 313 at the Ashmore Hotel." The timestamp said it had arrived exactly 5 minutes ago. At first I assumed it was spam, but it didn't have any of the usual red flags. No links, no suspicious sender address. The email looked legitimate. Almost too legitimate. The layout was clean, professional. There was even a customer service line at the bottom, and it was addressed to me. Full name, correct email. The body of the message read, "Thank you for choosing the Ashmore Hotel. Your reservation has been confirmed for one night only, beginning Friday at 8 p.m. Room 313 will be ready upon your arrival. We look forward to your stay. The Ashmore Management Team." I stared at it for a full minute. I hadn't booked any hotel. I hadn't even traveled in months. I Googled the Ashmore Hotel. Nothing came up. No Yelp reviews, no website, not even a ghost listing. I tried searching the address listed in the email footer, 41 West Hemlock Avenue. The search engine showed a blurry street view of an old building downtown, boarded-up windows and a weathered brick facade. No sign, no business listed at that address. Still thinking it was a mistake, I hit reply and typed, "Hi, I think you've got the wrong person. I didn't make this booking. Please cancel." About 10 seconds after I hit send, the reply came. "It's already too late." That was it. No header, no signature, just those 4 words. I felt a shiver crawl down my spine, though I still told myself it was probably some dumb automated error, maybe a glitchy autoresponder, maybe spam with a flair for the dramatic. But later that night, as I was lying in bed, I started thinking about how much personal info was in that email. My name, my email, the exact address of that creepy building downtown. Could it have been someone who doxed me? A prank? I didn't sleep well. Over the next 2 days, I got 4 more emails. Each one arrived at the same time, 8 p.m. Each one was shorter than the last. Wednesday, room 313 remains prepared. Thursday, we're almost ready for you. Friday morning, check-in begins tonight. No sender name, just Ashmore Hotel. No unsubscribe link. I tried marking them as spam, but they kept appearing in my inbox like they were bypassing filters altogether. By Friday evening, I was on edge. I kept checking the locks on my apartment, pacing, waiting for 8 p.m., like something was going to happen. I kept telling myself it was just a creepy joke, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching me. At 7:58 p.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I hesitated, then answered. All I heard was breathing, slow, measured, close, and then a whisper. It's time. Click. I don't know what possessed me to do it. Maybe it was morbid curiosity. Maybe it was something else. But around 8:15, I grabbed my keys, threw on a jacket, and drove downtown. Hemlock Avenue was darker than I remembered. Most of the streetlights were out. The building at 41 W Hemlock stood like a forgotten tomb. Tall, cracked brick walls, iron-barred windows, and a faded canopy over the front steps that still bore the faint imprint of Ashmore beneath years of grime. I half expected the doors to be locked, but when I touched the handle, it turned easily. The lobby was dim. Dust floated in the slanting moonlight from a high, cracked skylight. The floor was covered in faded red carpet, frayed at the edges, with a check-in desk sitting under a flickering overhead light. And behind the desk stood a man. He looked wrong. That's the only way I can explain it. His skin was pale, stretched thin over his bones. His eyes were wide, unblinking. He didn't say a word, just slid a tarnished brass key across the counter. The key read 313. I should have left. I wanted to leave, but I took the key. My hands moved on their own. I climbed the staircase in silence. Every floor I passed felt colder than the last, the lights dimming with each step. By the time I reached the third floor, I could see my breath. Room 313 was at the far end of a narrow hallway. The door was old and heavy, the number carved directly into the wood. My key slid into the lock like it had done it 100 times before. The room inside was clean, neat, almost sterile. A single bed, a chair by the window, and a tall mirror across from the door. No TV, no phone, no clock. I stepped inside. The door shut behind me on its own. For a while, nothing happened. I sat on the bed, confused, on edge, waiting for something, anything. Then I noticed it. The mirror. It wasn't reflecting me. It was reflecting the room, the bed, the chair, the window, but not me. I waved my arms. Nothing. I got up and walked to the mirror, and the moment I did, the door behind me slammed open. But when I turned, there was nothing there. Just the hallway, empty. I turned back to the mirror, and now I was in it. But something else was behind me. A tall, black figure, faceless, standing exactly where the door was. I spun around again, but the room was empty. I ran. Down the stairs, through the lobby, out the front doors. When I reached my car, my hands were shaking so badly I could barely turn the key in the ignition. I made it home just before midnight. Everything in my apartment looked normal, untouched, but the lights didn't feel right. Too dim, like they weren't really lighting anything at all. I went to my bedroom and closed the door. I didn't sleep. I didn't even try. I just sat on my bed with every light on, waiting for morning. At some point, I checked my phone. There was a new email from Ashmore Hotel. Subject, thank you for your stay. We hope you enjoyed room 313. We look forward to seeing you again soon. There was a photo attached. It was a picture of me sitting on the bed in room 313. Only, in the photo, I wasn't alone. There was someone standing behind me. I tried calling the police, told them everything. I sounded insane, even to myself. But to their credit, they sent someone out. A detective and a couple officers went to 41 W Hemlock. They called me 2 hours later. The building was condemned, had been for over a decade. No power, no working lights, no sign of recent entry. There was a room, 313. They found it, at the end of the third floor, buried behind a wall someone had put up years ago. Inside was nothing but a crumbling bed frame and a broken mirror. But they found something else, too. A brass key, engraved with my name.
The emails didn't stop. They still come every Friday at 8 p.m.
Room 313 is ready. We've prepared something new for you. You left something behind.
I haven't responded. I haven't gone back. But every time I look in a mirror now, I see it. Just for a second. That tall, faceless figure. Closer each time.